Have you ever finished a sock only to find, after you've kitchenered the toe and woven in ends, that you've dropped a stitch? And in this case, I dropped a stitch and then it picked up again. So I'm doing cuff down socks. I dropped the stitch and then it must have caught up again. It was a ribbing stitch, and the rest of the sock is fine. So there's a small column of stitches that with what will be a live loop when we turn it inside out, that I'm going to try to show you how I learned how to fix it. Okay, so you start with it inside out so that you can access the drop stitch from the knit side, or the so it was purl stitch, but we're accessing it from the opposite side. So now we can see what we've got here. Here's our little live loop. I'm going to latch hook this up with my little tool. I love this little, it's a Susan Bates tool, and somehow my end got bent, but I actually like it that way better. But it's got a tiny little crochet hook on one side and then a plain point on the other side. So I use this all the time. Okay, so I'm going to take this crochet hook, insert it into the live stitch, again from the knit side. Even though this is a purl stitch, we're on the inside, so it's essentially a knit stitch. And we're going to latch hook up to fix as much as we can this way. And this is fuzzy yarn. This is a work sock I cranked for a friend of my husband's 80th birthday. And he and my husband go out and work in cold weather to volunteer helping to remove buckthorn. So these will be warm socks for his friend. Okay, so we finished as far as we can go with this little tool. The next thing I need is a tapestry needle and then a little bit of yarn. And what you can do, this is a stable stitch because it's very thick yarn. Come up through the hole from the other side, and then I come down through, I don't want to twist it, I come down through that live loop. So come up to the hole, go down through that live loop, and then we're going to do a duplicate stitch. So that leg and that leg didn't get a proper stitch through them, so we're going to do it this way. Grab both legs of that, pull it through, and then we're going to go back down through that live loop that is right here. And I don't know if you can see, but it only has that first leg in it. And now we're going to put that second stitch through it, and we should be really good to go. You can't even really tell where that was till I pull on the yarn. So this column of stitches is beautiful because we added a stitch to that hole. The next thing we will do is take these tails and weave them in. And I'm probably going to take, I think I'll take one end and kind of weave it through that way, and then the other end and weave it through that way. And then cut it off, and it should be a perfect column of stitches.